All right, y'all. We are live for a few minutes. Just trying to get this set up real quick. I wasn't planning on going live, but I hadn't had a chance to get these two trucks out yet. But I will this weekend to get these out and get these running. So I figured let's go live for a few minutes. Let's answer a couple questions people may have um, about these and talk for a few minutes. I probably got about 30 minutes or so to go live. So we'll see how this actually goes. Make sure these notifications are going out. What's going on, Jackson? Appreciate you chiming in real quick. What's going on, Addicted RC? Appreciate you joining in. If you guys can smash that like button for me. So I haven't had a chance to actually get both of these out and run them against one another. I have run this a couple of times, and I did run this, and it did break at the skate park, but I did fix it real quick. So, are you taking the Creighton all day? Yeah, so far I mean, this survived the skate park, and this did have a broken part at the skate park, but I did go ahead and fix that. So Austin said, am I coming to Oklahoma? Oh, coming in from Oklahoma. Okay, what's going on? What's going on, Richard? So if you've never been in my live, we just basically go live and I just answer any questions you guys have. Sometimes I'll have vehicles out like I have here, and we'll talk about them briefly. So we kind of have a kind of an open discussion here. But I had yet to run both of these against one another, and I still have yet to take these two particular like construction sites and all that. Just been really busy lately, but time has freed up a little bit, so I will be actually getting these out. I did actually fix the Kagama, you guys know, at the skate park the other day. I did break that screw, and I think this was kind of bent too a little bit. You guys can still see that a little bit there. A lot of oil leaked out there. So on the first run, this did not survive the skate park. We did have that breakage there. And I do remember some of you guys saying that that's kind of a weak part on the Team Corrali vehicles. They still have yet to correct that. And that's actually, it's one piece or one screw that connects directly through there. The Creighton actually survived. I haven't had any broken parts or anything yet. So it's going to be the Arma Creighton 6S EXB, which is going to be this, the new ready to run one. And this is the Kagama from Team Corrali. So these are some of the newer Truggies, 8-scale Truggies that are out next to the HPI's got their Vorza Truggy, which I had before. I no longer have that one, but they have two versions of that. Then there's a couple other ones. Serpent and stuff have theirs out too. But these are kind of more of the, I guess, as far as bashing market goes, some of the more popular vehicles that are out. So we did kind of run this the other day down at the marketplace. So what's going on, Chavez? And from California. So it's about what, 6 o'clock there, 5 o'clock? Yeah, these are, I mean, considering kind of what's in the market, these are 8-scale vehicles. So there are two 8-scale trucks. So the differences in the two, now the Kagama could be faster. One of the things that holds, and I'll go ahead and tell you guys, is one of the things that holds the Kagama back is going to be these tires. These tires balloon way too much. Even if you put thicker oil in the differentials, everyone that usually gets one usually ends up replacing these tires on here. So you're looking at 619 plus another $100 for tires. So you're already looking at price more than the Creighton when you have to replace the tires. I thought Team Karate would have either got a better compound with these tires or done something different with it. Look wise, they both look good. This Kagama actually looks a little bit meaner, in my opinion, just because of the wide body with it. And of course, the Kagama comes with these roof rails, which the Creighton does not. You guys see, I already flipped it and slid it down the street with that. And the Kagama comes with it. You guys see there, it's got mud guards in the back. And the Creighton doesn't actually have a set. I'll actually put on there at some point in time. But so far as running them, they've all been ran just at the skate park in a speed test. I couldn't get this. I can't remember the speeds of it right now. I think this was like 63 or something. And this was in, oh, I think it was in the mid 50s out the box. And then with the speed gear, we got a lot more performance out. But this has better tires too. So this helped it perform a lot better with it. Yeah, it looks bigger because of the body too. And it's beefier. I mean, this is their, oh, I want to say this is their fourth revision. Because when they first came out, they were super fast, but they overheated quickly. They had a 46 spur in it. and they just all overheated quickly. And then they came out with an updated version where they changed out the spurger and stuff, but there were problems with this popping out here. So then they revised that and they came out with the Chronos version 2, which was right around the third version revision they were doing to these cars. Um, and then they had the Chronos XTR or something, or XTB, I forgot what it's called, but they had that one, and now they have this one. So the only weak points that I know so far is going to be that screw breaking on the shocks with it so far, and then of course the tires with it too. So I'm on the East too. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So let me get these bodies off of it, both of these real quick, so we can take a quick look. So they've done a good job, Team Karate, as far as trying to update that. You guys see that they do have this center tower brace in here. We know their electronics are pretty much good to go stock out the box. This servo can do up to was it 7.4 volts, is 6 volts set out the box. And the servo they include in the Creighton, of course, is a newer one too. So this is actually pretty good. But you guys can see the differences somewhat between the two vehicles. And like I said, I'm going to get these out. I'm going to run them both. I need to run them more first individually and put them through their paces and then run them both together. So we'll be doing that at some point in time within the next week or so. What's going on from South Carolina? Is the body on the Kagama tough? It's been good so far. I mean, you guys see there when I took it to the skate park, it does have some scrapes and scratches there. And I only ran it for a few minutes, but it does have those guards on the top of the roof. And I wish they would have did this to the Creighton too, but they didn't. Or giving you something in the box to kind of put on there, but it doesn't have that because you guys see I did flip it and skin that there. So hopefully that answers your question about that. Yes, Michael, you're right. Hit the like button if you guys can. I appreciate that. So, Aaron said he'd take the Kagama for the price as a roller, which I understand. If you got stuff, you have the option to buy a roller, which is an advantage that Team Karate has, that they did these as a roller and then also ready to run. So, of course, this is ready to run at $619 and this is ready to run at $699. Biggest advantage is going to be that Creighton's been around for a while. You can find a lot of these parts at your local hobby shop with it. And it's been through several revisions. So they just about got everything right with this when they released this out. I know some people are probably broken, maybe some minor things here and there, but no car is going to be indestructible. So the differences in price is going to be about $80. But after you buy tires for the Kagama, they're going to be equal in price, because you definitely, if you're going to run this, going to need some more tires, because on 4S, this is about 48 to 50 miles per hour, and that's actually plenty for this vehicle. And then on 6S, you can't even control. You have to put a wheelie bar, and they should have given you a wheelie bar with it, but they didn't do it. So Michael's from New York. What's going on? Drones and Dolls. What's up? What's up? Yeah, they're both equally strong. They both have been good. They both have been selling, from what I know. But I do look at some of the forums, some of the Facebook posts and stuff. So they do equally well out there. The Kagama 619. If you didn't hear that. And there's always like Jenny's RC. They do get the cars, and they do take it apart. Jenny'sRC.com. So you guys go check that out. That's kind of the RC secret. So Drones and Dogs, I don't know when that HPI comes out. I know it's released overseas, but we haven't received anything here. It's usually going to be HRP as their distributor for their products, and I haven't seen anything on the HRP side. I know the truck has been taken down. The version 1 Quantum truck has been taken down. So maybe they had a sale going on with that or something like that. But it should be soon. I mean, it should be within the next, I'd say 30 days or less, that we should start seeing that getting ready to hit the U.S. market. Because I know a lot of people are anxious to get that, because it's actually going to be a good budget truck for about $250 for a brushless 10 scale monster truck. So yeah, no Willie bar on either one of them. But this definitely, regardless, this needs it 100%. So Oh, sweet. Aaron says Jenny's is 30 minutes from his house. Man, I wish Jenny's was 30 minutes from me. I'd be out there every day. Yeah, RC4S. Jenny's has prices. Their shipping is kind of interesting. You'll go in there, you'll see a body for like $30. You're like, man, we good. Then all of a sudden you add a cart, it's like 20 to ship it. So it's almost like you should just go ahead and buy it from, one of your favorite, online companies, because you actually get points and stuff with companies, and those points actually add up as dollars, and you get discounts and stuff. So Jenny's used to have a code where you could get discounts too, but maybe because of how they operate and stuff, they have to do that. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, they're still paying the regular retail price. That's why they can do what they can do, but it's just becoming expensive. And I would hate to work for Jenny's, because imagine getting these cars in and having to take all this stuff apart. You would keep your electric tools on charge all day and a blowtorch right next to you. So what's going on, Mr. Danny? So what colors does it come in? I'm not sure what you're talking about. This one comes in blue, red, and green, I believe is the other color. And of course, this just comes in the EXB color for it. They did kind of change the body, make it a little bit darker, and put a few more decals on it for the Creighton. What's going on, Bargains Basher? Appreciate you joining in. Yeah, if Jenny's was even an hour for me, I'd still be going. I'd be going to her probably every weekend. Hey, what's going on? What you got? What's going on, Sleek Hobbies? Appreciate you joining in. Y'all make sure that smash that like button if you can. I highly appreciate that. Yeah, I feel you with the brands in a way. I mean, I still like certain brands. We know that if Armor releases a vehicle, everybody's always looking at it. Some people just tend to try to pick Armor apart. I don't know why. And then other companies that release it, they don't say anything. I mean, we do have the Traxxas Sledge that's actually not out here. And I don't have my Sledge anymore. Once the diffs went bad on my Sledge, I was done. I went ahead and bought the diff rings for it, and I had bought it at the $7.99 price. So imagine me getting the Sledge, and then I had to pay $50 for those diff rings each. So that was another $100 added onto it. And then the tires went bad because the tires were real soft on there. So I had to buy new tires. That was another $100. So I spent another $200 on it. So I was already $1,000 into it. And then the motor went bad. So I had to just change out a lot of things on. I wasn't too happy about that. So I ended up changing that stuff out and putting that in there. I think Traxxas will come out with a platinum sledge. I think they should just actually update the one they currently have, put some better tires on there, and put those stronger diffs in it, and leave the price as it's set. Because it does handle good, but you guys know when I talked about the sledge, it had several things it needed. It needed sway bars, which it didn't have. It didn't have droop screws. And those are like basic components I think the vehicle should have came with at that price. Because the sledge is going to be the same price as this right here. And it's going to, of course, cost more than this. And I don't think you get the same value that you would if you got a Creighton, in my opinion. That's my opinion right there. Some people love it and they love putting all the extra stuff on there. But I think if you're going to pay that kind of money, it needs to be pretty much done. So anyway, back to the comments. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. So if you guys can check out Sleek Hobbies 88, he just got the Big Rock and he just posted his first video on it. So I'll try to go over there and check it out after this. I'm only going to be live for another about 15 minutes or so. Yeah, the Big Rock is still, I think, one of my favorites that was released because it just runs and handles good. And it's a big truck, and I like trucks and I like big trucks. So at some point in time, I'll get the Big Rock out and run it against this, and we'll do a comparisons and stuff with it. But I still like the Big Rock, and some of those components from here. Well, no, they won't fit on here, but from the EXB Mojave, they would. No, I didn't do the Tuma vehicle and make that brushless, so it actually could perform good. I just didn't put the time into it. Actually, I think a kid or something got that about a month or two ago with that. I think they were getting it for Christmas or something like that. So I no longer even have that vehicle. I know there were a couple of comments about is it Timu? Is that how you pronounce it? Timu, where some people were downloading their app and they were probably having some possible issues with them. So I didn't want to continue to try to promote that if people were having a lot of problems with them. if they clear that up and we get some better feedback, maybe I may revisit some of their stuff. So yeah, RC for us said the sledge you said is a joke. Yeah, it's gonna cost you some money, and it's a shame because it was such a highly anticipated vehicle for Traxxas to release that. So hopefully in the future they'll make some updates to it and make it better because I think the X Max is still their best seller and it always will be. They have some of these newer vehicles coming out, but I think the X Max is what's keeping Traxxas like up there because it's probably one of the best, one of the better, biggest trucks you can buy out there. It's pretty easy to work on, and it's really durable, fast, and it's fun out the box. So, see, addicted to RC. I think I've seen some of your vehicles. Yeah, 1600 in it easy. That is crazy. That's why I got rid of mine. I didn't want to keep dumping money into it, and then find out I got a $2,000 RC car. I was like, after I bought them diffs and those tires, and I reached out to support about that, and they were like, "No, that's your fault." I'm like, "How's it my fault? The truck is like 2 days old and the tire's already ripped." So I was like, whatever. Yeah, if I had it, I would do it. I don't have that car anymore. So yeah, Michael said he's been watching a lot of videos on it. I don't know how mine broke. I mean, it wasn't that cold outside, but maybe just because it hit at the right angle or something like that. But I'll definitely be getting this out. I'm not even gonna worry about cleaning them right now. Get them out over the weekend and getting them running and stuff. Because I still believe that they actually got this one right. Because their Skeeter, man, that Skeeter, I beat the crap out that Skeeter. And the only thing I broke was a front chassis brace. I mean, I think the Skeeter was one of their toughest. I think so. It goes a Skeeter, a Suga, as far as toughness goes, and then we have to try to run this again. But the Skeeter and the Suga were just they were tough. I mean, they were really really tough. I only broke my Suga because I ran into a curve at like 80 miles per hour, so of course it's gonna break then. But hopefully they come with a large scale vehicle this year. I hope Team Corrali does because they really need a fifth scale. I don't even know if we want to say truggy. They should just take the Skeeter and just supersize it and make that into their first bigger vehicle, but change the body. Some people don't like the body for it. Make the body, I don't know, make it a little bit better or something. But if they can do that and they can get an on-road 7 scale car, I think Team Karate will actually put themselves up another notch in the RC game. Oh, appreciate that, Sleek Hobbies. Yeah, I got my fire team. It's somewhere in storage. So now that I got the big rock, I don't really drive it that much. I mean, the fire team is cool. Don't get me wrong. And I still got to do a follow up video. I started on it for my. If you guys saw when I had the fire team, I got some GI Joe guys out. Um, and I was gonna do part two to that where Cobra actually got the big rock, and I was gonna put a Cobra stick on. It's gonna be Cobra's Revenge, and then I was gonna run them kind of both out, but I just ain't had enough time to work on that whole video because it's gonna be about a 15-minute video, but it's kind of filming it and putting the pieces together for it. But some point in time, hopefully, I'll get an itch and get back to that. So, what's going on, Jimmy? Appreciate if you guys can smash that like button for me. We're just going live, looking at these two vehicles and just doing some basic overall chatting. So, what's going on, Magnus Music? Appreciate you joining in. He says, which one do you think is more doable, the Creighton or the Kagama? Right now, the Creighton is. Like I said, I broke this at the skate park. I broke one screw on it. And I'm only worried about the differentials because I drove the Spark and the diff went out in the Spark. And they have the same differential components. So I'm just kind of scared to drive. I do have parts coming in for the Spark, and I'm going to drive that. But the problem is I've never had that issue with any of my Team Rally cars. And I've had over about 8 of their 8 scale vehicles. I've got them since they first came out. And that was my first time that a differential went out on any of those vehicles. So I'm just kind of leery about that. Hopefully nothing will happen with this. I haven't seen anybody else have that issue. So we'll see. We're going to still drive this stock out the box. And if the differential goes bad, you guys will see that. As far as the Creighton is concerned, I haven't had any issues yet. And I've done some minor running and stuff like that. I think that well, I don't think I know this is going to be a lot more durable. And it showed in the first video with that. But I'm going to, like I said, get both of these out and get them running and stuff pretty soon. But I do want to take this and I do want to put this through his paces like I did that Big Rock. I saw a new construction site. So y'all know he's definitely going to get a visit there. So yeah, that right angle, if you hit them in certain areas, it's done. And the Shogun and stuff like that, they've been good, but I just don't run them off road like that because I know that they're not as strong as some of the Arma truckies, like the even the regular Creighton and stuff. So he bought a Arma Outcast 4S V2.5, but he's kept it in the box. He thinks he should maybe return it and buy the Creighton. Yeah, it's gonna be your discretion on that. I mean, the Armor Outcast Force is gonna be a Willy monster, but I think you can't go wrong if you get this. In my opinion, this and then the Big Rock are some of Armor's better vehicles. The Big Rock 6S, 3S version. I think the 3S Big Rock is actually good, and the 3S Typhon is good. And of course, we get into the whole buggy thing, but I think if you're looking for a truck, either this or the Big Rock 6S. Yeah, Michael, they either need a fifth scale buggy, they just need a fifth scale, period. They need a fifth scale big car, and then they also need an on-road car. Now, if they make an on-road car, especially ready to run, it will definitely be fast, and I think we got to worry about durability too much. So hopefully they have something in the works that's going to come out this spring or summer and not during the fall or winter because it'll be too late for that. So hopefully they got something on-road coming out. Hopefully they'll revisit Team Crowley will their 10 scale vehicles. You can't forget about that market too because they got a couple of good vehicles, but you don't see that much on them, so people don't buy them. I think HPI has their Baja. I think it was the Super Baja. Or they got a 8 scale or 5th scale. It's two-wheel drive though. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that Asuga. I mean, that Asuga is pretty much just a little bit smaller as far as wheelbase as these vehicles, but you can always convert it over. So it's not as wide, but you can always get some offset, some wide offset wheels and stuff for it if you get the Asuga. Electric, yeah. There is what is it, Roven? It might be, I can't remember. There's a couple of companies that do make, and people have taken those HPIs and convert them to electric. They've had a couple of issues at first because, of course, the discs weren't designed to run a brushless motor, but they've got a couple of companies that do that too. So a couple people out there that have done it. You can probably search on it and find the HPI Baja converted to electric. You'll see. I'm surprised Kevin Telbot hasn't done it yet. Surprised he hasn't taken that, run it in gas, and then put a regular motor in it, and then taking it and then putting some kind of brushless system on and running it on 12S. So I'm surprised he hasn't done that yet. All right, y'all, we got about 5 more minutes. I was gonna stay on here till about 9:30, so about 4.5 minutes. I don't know if you guys have any questions for me or anything like that, or any questions for anybody out there that's watching. Because right now we are, just like I said, taking a close look at these. I figured I'd go live for a few minutes. Seems like HPI is starting to come back out of the hole they were in, and they're starting to release some more vehicles. So that's going to be good. We'll see what they do with their current cars. I think they should lower those prices just a little bit because they're in competition with these vehicles, and you see more of these vehicles out there being reviewed on YouTube and stuff. So we'll see what HPI does within the next couple of months. So Thomas says check Thunder RC. He's into 1/5 scale. He's in the 1/5 scale gas. Okay. So hopefully he converted one of those over. So my favorite upgrade for the Creighton so far, nothing. I may upgrade the servo, just because I want a faster, stronger servo. But so far, it's been good. I haven't had any issues or anything like that, and I haven't run it awful lot. For it, I'm thinking about some kind of wheelie bar maybe for the backup, but I probably won't even do that. I think I'm gonna at least put a 15 tooth when I do my regular running. I think that's gonna be the sweet spot for it. 17 is definitely going to overheat off road with it, but I think a 15 will be good for it. But we'll see once we kind of get this out. But so far, I mean, even with the version before this Creighton, I thought it was pretty good. I'm glad they did upgrade those diff cases because I did have problems with those periodically. But I think that, every time Armor releases this, they actually do a lot of great updates, in my opinion, to a lot of their vehicles. So just, I'm probably going to update that servo just because I want a faster, stronger servo. So. Yeah, Roger, I've been looking at a couple of those things, the techno truggies and stuff like that. The only problem with just reviewing that is those are several $100, and to get it and to review it, um, it's just going to be a lot with it to spend. Just put that money out for me. Some techno cards need to be built to take the time to actually put them together and then run them. But I do need to work on doing some projects like that because I do want to get more of those vehicles on this channel. So I know Serpent's got a ready to run truck. One of my friends had one. So there's other stuff that needs to be talked about and reviewed too, other than like the top five companies as far as bashing and stuff is concerned. The tracks are starting to open up over here. I know I say this every year, but I'll try to get out to Loganville at least and run some of these out there because they do have truggy class and stuff. It would be interesting to get this on the track to see how it runs, and run a stock out the box on 4S. That's why I also plan on changing out this servo. Jim Boy says, who do you think will make the next bike to compete with Losi? I don't know. I really don't. Traxxas may, but it'll be a couple years if they do. Traxxas may do a four wheeler or something like that, off road four wheeler. I don't see Traxxas doing an actual bike, but they may. But it's gonna take a lot to do that. I mean, that low C bike is on point. They did an excellent job with that. I mean, you can't beat that thing. I mean, it's gonna be hard for a company to create something like that and do it at the expense that Low C did it at. And plus, they have on-road tires for it and stuff too. So it's going to be pretty difficult, I think, in my opinion, right now for someone to release something that's going to keep up with it. It's not saying it's impossible, but that Low C bike is pretty much on point. So Aaron says I like ARM, but you can't say that Traxxas makes the best fifth scale truck. I mean, I like the X Max. It's very easy to work on, very easy to get stuff through, and it's just to me, I like the X Max. I still think that the X Max is still out there on top. I haven't gotten one of the new Arma Outcast or Creighton, the version 2, the ready to run ones. I saw some run at Hobbytown in Buford, and I may do that at some point in time. But the X Max is still up there. I mean, I know there's debate and controversy on it, but it's still pretty much up there with it. I think, in my opinion, it's still number one for me. And then the armor stuff's going to come right after it because I still like the X Max. The X Max still is up there. It does need a couple of minor upgrades, but every vehicle does. But I would never get that Ultimate Edition. I would not pay $1,500 for that, and I saw it breaking all over the place. Yeah, if Armor released a fifth scale Typhon or something, it'd be a pretty much a done deal. Imagine a fifth scale Typhon buggy, it'd be a done deal. You know, if they do that or do a fifth scale like Limitless or something, it'd be a done deal. It would close stuff down. I mean, if they did both of those this year, it would be done. I mean, really, literally would be done. I mean, the other companies might as well throw the towel in for the rest of the year. No, you can run your fire team. It's durable. Trust me on that. The fire team, when it first came out, and even to this day, is still one of the better handling and most durable vehicles Arma has out. I still haven't taken this through the paces, but the Big Rock is still built on that same platform. I think RC Driver broke his A arm or something. But the fire team, I mean, you guys saw me run the heck out that fire team. It is one of Arma's best handling and best performing vehicles, in my opinion, out of all their vehicles. The Big Rock, I think it just needs a little bit of better tires on it if you're going to try to compare it to the fire team. But don't be scared to run that fire team, man. It's not, unless you're jumping at 30, 40 feet in the air, you don't know how to land and stuff. Anything's going to bend and break. But trust me, you did right with the fire team. Trust me with that one. I just like the Big Rock because I love trucks and I love that look on it. You guys know I converted my fire team to a truck anyway and kind of went back and forth. And then as far as bodies is concerned, I did a video on that. If I have my fire team, I'll show it to you. But the little screws they have inside of it, the panels on the side, just unscrew those, get some washers and put that in there and you'll be fine. Because it is going to eat through those screws if you start flipping and stuff. But I wouldn't let that hold you back from enjoying that vehicle because you're really going to enjoy it. You really, really are. So I wouldn't let that hold you back. You're not going to, I wouldn't worry about bending that chassis because you probably will not bend it. So Lone Wolf says, how do we feel about the JBL Cheetah? I had one years ago. It's been pretty good, but I think with today's competition, they're gonna have to step their game up unless they have, and I haven't seen it. For the price point and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of competition out here right now. The old school low CDB Pro, I have not. Thomas, I'm pretty sure Losi's gonna have a drag bike coming out. So, no problem, Max. Appreciate you guys joining in. Yeah, Aaron. I mean, I have to agree with you. I mean, certain people say it's they don't agree, but I'm like, yeah, it's the X Max is good. I mean, it really is. I mean, since they came out with it, from where they came from the beginning, because I put a video out when I was gonna get one, the 6S X Max, and it was on back order forever and a day. And it was catching on fire. People were ruining their diffs on the very first run. I remember basically I did a review on it, and they ruined their diff on the first run. They still gave it an A- rating. I was like, no, no. You don't run a vehicle and on the first pack halfway through ruin your diff and still give it an A- rating. No. But they did some revisions, and I think they had an 8S coming. They did a version or a revision to the 6S, and they came out with the 8S. So they've had time to prep it, but I think X Max is still the top one out there. I mean, next to that's going to be, of course, the Arma Creighton, and like I said, I have to try the newer fifth scale 8S pretty soon. I'll probably try to do that maybe within the next couple of months or so. So, what's going on, Rattle Can? Appreciate you joining in. Won't be live for too much longer. I appreciate it, Mike. I'm going to try to get off of here in just a few minutes. I'm trying to get to the end of these comments before I actually exit this. No problem on answering your question. So Aaron says, I feel the small gaps on my fire team and expanding foam. There you go. So there's all kinds of ways to make that body more durable on the fire team. So like I said, I would not let that hold me back from having fun because I had a blast with the fire team. I really did. And when it came out the Big Rock, I was like, yes, they finally did it. So no problem, Jim Boy. So you guys, I'm gonna have to get off of here. I was gonna go live for just a little bit. It's 5 minutes past the time I was gonna actually stay on here. So what's going on, Jeremy T? We're probably gonna get off of here in just a minute, but if you can, smash that like button for me. I hate to use you like that, but I would love if you smash that like so we can get that 38, or I'm sorry, actually 50, close to 50 likes. So, but we got 46 on here. So 333 unlucky just got here. If you can, smash that like button. We're at 47. I'm gonna try to wait till we get about 50 likes before I get off. So far, the Creighton's better. I haven't broken the Creighton yet. I broke the screw on the Kagami. You guys saw that at the skate park. I did replace that. So I just actually just put a bigger, thicker screw in there. It's not even the original one. So we'll get it out and we'll run it and see. And then the Spark, I got a whole new differential coming in from Genius. I'm just gonna take it apart and shim that diff back there, and then get that back out and running and run them both again. I probably won't go back to the skate park. I'm just gonna take them off road and go ahead and get that out the way with it. And then we'll take the Spark and go against maybe the TLR Typhon or just the Typhon version 5. We'll see. We'll see how that rolls. So, what's up, Jeremy? So we are at our 51 likes, which is good. We met that goal of that in 9:36. So I have to get off here in just a minute. So, yep, I see that now. So that's good. So I appreciate that, y'all. So I hate to cut this short, guys, but I'm gonna get this out. I'll get these two out. I do have a spool from Speed Tech RC for the Team Corrali vehicle. So I guess before we get off of here real quick, and that's one reason why I was upset about the Spark having the issue, because I really want to put that spool in the Spark and run it this Saturday for the Super Speed Saturday. But I couldn't do it because of the breakage, which sucks. But Speed Tech RC does sell spools for, of course, these, and they have it for the Arma vehicles as well. But I'll be getting that out at some point in time. I'm probably going to run them in the Spark and not in the Truggy, but we'll see how that goes. But you guys will see how that comes in the next week or so. I ran that before in their Python and stuff. I'm going to run it in these vehicles too. So you guys stay tuned for that. So, all right, y'all, I got to get out of here. I appreciate you guys chiming in, watching, commenting, and everything else. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.